take it out of space. Drop that bass in your face. Pick it back up, put it on the turntable, and drop that bass in your face. MCs wrapping it up with the tight production. Right off the rip, getting into something. Licking shots, triggering samples. Get the kettle on, I'm off the handle. Loud and rowdy, no further questions. Lighten up another kicking session. Whoa! Got two jobs, blow up and blow speakers, make beats and get your artist featured. Stack up drums, 2 pairs of fresh kicks. How many lumps do you want for your first hit? Sarcastic magic, beats above average, make a mental note. Get your head examined, sample my voice, royalty free. But your fire ain't enough to boil me.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? This is the Kicking It Podcast. This is your boy Ace. I got my 2 co-hosts with me this evening. Queen, how are you doing?
I am doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you asking as usual. Chris, how about you?
Man, I'm fantastic. I'm doing good. The weather is good. My car clean. I'm off tomorrow. Yeah.
Man, get the... oh, oh, chum, man.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, though, man. Look, I understand everybody deserves an off day, man. That's a beautiful thing to be able to, you know, get the night started and relax and go on to the next day knowing you ain't got nothing to do. So
Yep.
I get it. I get it wholeheartedly. Hey, before we get everything started off, I do want to do something a little bit different. I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Jordan Walker of the St. Louis Cardinals. Yesterday,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
won the home run derby. He's the first ever St. Louis Cardinal. Surprisingly, he's the first ever St. Louis Cardinal to win the home run derby, and he won it in dramatic fashion. I typically, unless you know a Cardinal is in it, I typically will kind of have it on, and I'm into it, but not really invested. And we haven't had any Cardinals players that have been in it in a while. So this one, I was really glued to it from beginning to end. I watched everybody bat, and the format changed this year. Instead of giving them time, like a time limit, they did the amount of swings. So if you got like 15 or 20 swings, 20 in the first round, I think, 15 in the second, and final round. So once you swung, if you didn't hit even if you hit a home run, that was a swing. Now on the very last out, if you hit a home run on your very last swing, I'm sorry, then you can continue as long as you keep hitting home runs. You can continue until don't hit a home run. So Jordan Walker was literally he was down by close to, he had like 8, and Kyle Schwarber had like 11, and Jordan was down to like his last 3 outs and just went off. So he came back. Everybody thought it was over. He came back and he was hitting moonshots. Not just him, but the guy from Kansas City. He didn't advance past the first round. If you are even slightly interested in baseball, I would say go look at the replay of that, because some of those shots, I don't think people realize how hard it is to hit a baseball like going. But yes, it was very entertaining. Again, I'm super happy, proud of Jordan Walker. The Cardinals need to go ahead and pay him right now, because if they don't pay him before, I want to say, like arbitration and stuff starts next year, he won't be a Cardinal in 2 or 3 years. So they're gonna have to like really, because the price, like, for not only is he hitting for average, he leads the league in RBIs, and he, hits for power in terms of home runs. So to do that, bro, you easily, or your price range starts at 300 million. So, and that's on
Nice.
the low end. So I'm hoping that they get something done. And again, I'm super proud of him because he's dealt with so much adversity. He came to the majors at 20 years old. That's unheard of. Being 20, he was literally barely 20 and in the majors, he had one season in the minors. He moved up through the system so fast, got promoted, had a really nice. It was a good rookie year, and then the trials and tribulations started over the past 2 years. He was sent back, to the minors. Just they was fucking with his swing, and I think, just kind of got in his own head. And baseball, when you get in your own head, it's hard to get out of that. But he put in the work this offseason, changed a few things, and it really shows. So for all that he's persevered through, um, I'm happy for him, and I want him to get paid. And honestly, I'm gonna be a fan of his no matter where he is. So I feel like Cardinals fans low key don't deserve him because some of the shit that they were saying, it gets old. But at the end of the day, especially having a black player. There's not many black players in baseball anymore. So again, I do want to shout out to Jordan Walker. Again, I'm a big fan and I'm happy for you. So he also won $1 million for winning. So
He can
All right.
slide me a few dollars, He
yeah,
ain't he
he
ain't
he's
hurting for
on
none of that.
he's on a rookie deal. So his rookie deal only pays him $850,000. So he doubled his salary for the year. So he more than
That's
doubled
dope.
it. So
More than
yeah,
double.
so
I'm proud of him.
he's good. So shout out to him. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into these releases. We got a couple of different things we're going to talk about, and not only just with releases, but we're going to kind of have an extended segment of releases because I do want to touch on um 2027. And it seems like at least every week, they're announcing something that's coming out in 2027, and 2027 is looking like a death lineup in terms of just your pocketbook. So definitely want to touch on that. But starting off, want to make note of just a couple of things. It looks like, well, if you're listening to this podcast, you're more than likely going to miss this because the episode won't be posted yet. But the Vans and Bape and Ape collab is going to drop on the 15th tomorrow. So anything that's Bape, whoever they collab with, pretty much sells out. Chris, I know we kind of talked about this, touched on it a little bit before we got started. Have you seen those? And if so, what do you think about
I haven't. I'm pulling up. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're not bad. I mean, I'm just not into Vans like that. My daughter, like I just told you, P is just starting to get into Vans, and not even the collabs, just the basic general releases of Vans. So, nah, it's nothing that would be on my radar for me or P. So
them? I
that's
got
an
you.
easy pass. Yeah, but they're good looking though.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Queen, I've never known you to wear Vans. Is that something that you would find yourself interested in?
No, I've never worn a pair of Vans, I think, in my life, honestly. To say the least. They just never wasn't a appeal to me to buy. And I haven't owned a pair of Bapes either, so this collab together really doesn't stick out to me. I don't think it's a bad looking shoe. I think this is something like Chris said, like my niece, if she seen these, she be like, "Oh, TT can't get these for my birthday coming up." I ain't gonna show them to her because that's what she's
Mm,
gonna say. But I think that is definitely a shoe. I think for the younger crowd, I mean, some adults probably buy it, but it's just not my personal cup of tea. If I wanted a flat shoe, I buy a pair of Converse.
that's fair. I can see that. Not necessarily my cup of tea. Not something that I would want, but it is something that my child has asked for back to school. So I will be online tomorrow attempting to purchase these shoes. So anybody else, hopefully the guys were with you, and if you were interested, you copped a pair. It looks like also releasing on the 15th, we have the Nike KD19 Candy Apple. And I have to be completely honest with you. I have been shocked at how the KD19 is sold. So the first two colors were gone. I mean, you still see them
Mm.
at certain retailers, but they have sold out for the most part. So, Chris, like, what is your overall like thought process, or I won't say thought process, but how do you feel about the KD19? Is this a shoe that you would have you seen it? Would you wear it? What do you think about it?
I probably wouldn't wear it. It's just not something that I will wear. However, it's a good looking shoe. I haven't seen them in person. I've seen them, images online and whatnot. They're all as far as the color blocking. I haven't seen any that mixes up the color block and it's all one color, right? All the ones that have been
Yeah,
released,
from
like it's all
Yeah.
every
red, all yellow, all
yes.
whatever. Okay, okay. That's new. That's different. Um, but yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. I would pass unless, yeah, I would have to see them, but still, I don't think it would. Me seeing them in person would get me to, purchase them. They just don't appeal to me like that.
Queen, you a hooper. What do you think about them?
Um, I mean, I think it's a cool looking shoe. I think it's a little different with it all being that all one color. My only thing about these is like I haven't seen them in person, and on different parts of a shoe, different material colors, show up differently. So like the tongue of the red, the material. That's the only thing that probably would throw me off is if I was trying to purchase these, is if like is it, the pictures show it look all the same, one enticed color, and then when you get the shoe in your hand, the tongue is a different color than the laces and the sole and different parts of the shoe. I think that would probably be the one piece that would bother me if I was like really trying to go after these. But that's just me being very, very particular, being a stickler on my colors and things like that. So
Yeah, I can understand that, and the surprisingly, um, based off of the trends and everything that I've seen on TikTok, and not only TikTok but on IG, the driving force behind the sales haven't been men; it's been women that have
Mm,
been wearing
oh
these
yeah, I
shoes
could
and
see that.
style and that have been styling them. Like I
I could
didn't
see
think
that.
that this would be a shoe that you know when I first saw it, it didn't come to mind like, oh, that could be a fashion piece or anything of that nature. But when I've seen women put together outfits and make it look really good, so that's something that has been very surprising in terms of just the overall sales of the shoe. And I mean the men's sizes have kind of fluctuated. They do keep getting restocked. I think that Nike may have been caught off guard by the demand. It hasn't been a hype. It's been a quiet demand. It's been a steady demand. So
mm.
good to see Katie's line selling. Nike has quote unquote struggled within the basketball aspect outside of John Morant. But yeah, the KD19 so far, based off of everything that I've seen, is a hit. So
I think
shut up.
with the shoe, I could see that women purchasing these and buying these. I think I'm gonna say it does look a little more feminine to me, and I think
Hmm.
it's more so with the narrow toe box because you typically women don't like wide toe boxes because we're very stickler like, oh, that makes our feet look big or wide. The toe
Yeah.
box is very kind of come to a nice sleek. It looks sleek and narrow, and that's what most women like to their foot to feel like it doesn't look bulky. It looks like a very sleek, narrow shoe. That's what I say. If I was to purchase it, I mean, it's not a bad looking shoe. It's just the color thing that would get me. But I feel like it would look great on my foot because it looks like
Hmm.
my foot would look so much smaller.
I'm curious as to see what the Aunt Pearl version is gonna look like because they already have an
Mm,
all pink one out.
mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the Aunt Pearl version is gonna look like. Perhaps all white
White,
with
yeah,
like
white.
yeah with pink accents. So the Aunt Pearl is typically where I start with a shoe, and then kind of see what else is out there. His all store shoe is normally nice. So I try to get at least one pair of every Nike signature um that comes out. So I'm not I'm gonna wait and see. So I'll see what the eye pearl looks like and then go from there. I haven't seen any pictures, but we will go from there. What's next? It looks like all right, I'm not gonna stay on this too long because I don't want to hurt both of y'all mouth.
Hmm?
The Nike Sabrina 4 is going to
Oh.
drop on the 17th. This is her fourth signature shoe with the swoosh. And you okay? You
Go
just
ahead.
it's the fourth signature shoe with
Same
Nike,
shoe,
and well, it's her fourth signature
same
shoe.
style, same
I
style.
think
Fourth
I
time
think
in a
it's a
row.
nice shoe.
Fourth
I
time.
think it's a
Okay,
nice shoe. So again,
we
I
know.
will be logging in and try to get a pair. So
We know.
we'll uh moving along
Yes, please.
on the 17th, we have something we really don't talk about much, but I do want to kind of give a spotlight to it. The Reebok Angel Reese 1 pink expression is going to come out. Um I, I don't I don't really have an opinion on the shoe. Like I haven't heard too much of anything in regards to it. Like Chris, have you seen it?
No, you said the Angel Reese one?
Yeah. It's excessive pink. Expressive pink.
I think it's gonna sell great for girls, of course, right? Um, I think they're, really tapping into that market of the women, and more girls are playing basketball sports coming up than back in the day when I played. We really only had to get boys shoes regardless. So I think
Mhm.
this will be a hit for the girls to have, and then of course, um, breast cancer awareness month is a couple months from now. So I think that also will help this shoe sell, even though it's still a few months out. I think that also will help this shoe sell to where people will, this might be one of those picks where like, oh, let's let the team wear it or AAU team might have it as a all girls team and stuff like that. So I think it's gonna sell. Um and sell is it's at a good price in my opinion. So I think it's gonna sell at a decent price, decent rate.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any pushback on that. We will see. I will monitor it and kind of see. I mean, I've watched one review video and it got pretty good reviews. So we will touch back. Shout out to her. I think Angel Reese had one of her best games of her career, if I'm not mistaken. She had a double double. I think like 20, almost like 24 points, 18 rebounds. So I think she's kind of settling into Atlanta. I feel like Atlanta is honestly the perfect spot for her. So she seems
Yeah.
to enjoy it there. So hopefully, she just keeps continuing to thrive. One final thing I do want to touch on for the week is the quote unquote biggest drop of the week, dropping on July 18th. The Air Jordan 3 OG True Blue is coming out. So,
Hmm.
Chris, what do you think about it?
Yep.
You gonna get them
Yep. Yes.
at 230,
Yeah. At what?
$230?
I won't be paying $230.
I mean, I understand that aspect of it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
So
I get that, but still, I
yeah,
mean, do you anticipate that this shoe is gonna sell out?
sell out? Probably not. Uh, but I think it's a good looking shoe. Of course I do. I mean, I love the threes on my base. Threes, fours, fives, ones. Um, will they sell out? Like I say, probably not, but I think they'll sell at a good clip.
Yeah, I mean,
Threes,
I
it's a
don't.
red, white, and blue shoe. It's easy to wear. You can get it off with any outfit, really, really easy. So yeah, I think it'll sell pretty well. Just not out. I probably won't have a line outside the door, nothing like that. We'll just probably sell them throughout the day and then on Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I really don't have any thing negative to say about the shoe. I do want it. I'm just hesitant to dive in right away, just because the last two times the shoe has come out, it hasn't sold out. It's set.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I can get them at a cheaper price, then I'll wait. Like I'm just not pressed on getting it. I think the $230 price point is huge for most people. And then again, just based off history, if it didn't sell out in 2017, which 2017 was very similar to these times, I don't think that it's going to sell out this time. So we'll
No.
see.
Yeah, I
Christina,
don't think it'll sell out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Queen, I saved you for last just because I know that it's a blue shoe. I mean, so it's just a matter of, or you're gonna get it on release day, or are you just gonna wait to see if you can get it on sale?
I mean, I think with my size, I can get it on sale, but I feel like I need another pair. It's more of a need, not just a want. My old pair is downstairs, kind of as a shoe I put on to run outside in. So they're not beaters. They still look good, but they are in that rotation of a shoe I slide on now. So
Mhm.
it's time to get a new pair to refresh and have something I feel like a little bit more crisp to if I want to pull them out, not just wear it to the gym, run to the store or something like that. So it's a cop for me. Obviously, it's my favorite color. So
Mhm.
I'm just say that.
Yeah, I mean, I figured, between the blue and then Chris is loves the Air Jordan 3. So anytime one of the OG colors come out, I pretty much know that it's gonna be a cop. So
That
all
is
right.
correct.
Yep. So nothing wrong with that. I think that that's a good stopping point just for in terms of releases, just because, we will have another show that will touch on other releases and future releases. So yeah, but I do want to kind of fast forward for the next segment and talk about 2027. So there has been a plethora of shoes that have been announced for 2027. And I thought that 2025 was the year where like everything was coming out. 2026 was okay, going in, but 2027 has some shit coming out. They are finally one thing that I do want to bring up is they have the finally what is it, the Ginger Jordan 16 is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, So it's yeah, they are coming back, and I don't know. This is have they ever been back? No, they haven't been back since 2020, since 2002, right?
I haven't. Have they released any of those 16s?
I think that there was a 16. There was, of course, a 16 in the countdown pack. That was
Yeah,
the black
but
one,
outside,
but
yeah, outside of that,
not that I can think
I
of. Because
think,
I
yeah,
mean,
I don't
Queen,
think
can
so.
you think of?
I'm just thinking that that's a really underappreciated shoe that
Oh,
deserves
of
to be
course.
released. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I think that is they should release more colors of that shoe.
What? I'm not saying they shouldn't, but I think they should in a general sense. I just don't think I think they know that it won't sell as high as some of the other shoes that they know they can get money for. They I feel
Really?
like they can yeah, I feel like they can only release so many and really get their money's worth out of them. I think they can release enough to where they sell out, but if they release overstock them, I think they will sit. I don't think that's something a younger generation is really into. I feel like that's more of that 20s and up, 20 closer to 30, late 20s, 30s and up will appreciate the shoe. But anything
But we the
further
ones that got
down,
the money.
That's what I was just
So
about to say. We the ones who got the money.
I'm not saying we don't have the money. I just don't think it they will get enough sales from that younger crowd that they need to pull in to get this shoe also. That's what I'm saying.
nah,
I
they need to go
I
open the
honestly
vault on that.
think just my personal opinion on it is those are gonna be gone. Just for the simple fact that millennials, older people, you're doing kind of what I feel like they should do anyway, and holding back certain shoes to release them that creates kind of like that desire for them. Like we've had the Flants, what, 2 times in 6 years, so not everybody's gonna want them. because like I could just stick with my old pair. But these have not. If you have a pair of these, they are more than likely falling apart.
True.
I
Yeah.
mean,
True. I mean,
so
like I said,
Yeah.
I think the older crowd's gonna get it. I just don't think that younger crowd is gonna be that into them and trying to cop them. I think they'll release enough for the adults. I mean, for older people.
I mean, but with the younger crowd, like the Gen Z crowd, a lot of them are into that kind of nostalgic retro look. So I mean, something that hasn't been out, you don't think that might catch
I
on
don't
at
think they
all?
really even know about it. They too young. That's what I'm saying. I feel like they just too young to know about them.
I mean,
I feel like they may
fair.
get hip to them later on, but like I think this pair they may not get hip to. But like if they release, like Chris said, a couple more releases of these, then I feel like they'll get hip to like, oh, these are unique, these are different. I don't think this first
Yeah.
set will catch their eye like that.
I just feel like the gingers. I mean, I'm curious as to see if they're going to be limited. I don't know.
They
Uh,
will. I'm pretty
you
sure.
think so?
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably so.
yeah. I mean, so what other colors could they come out with? I mean, you have the black ones, and then that
Do the
was
black
it was
ones.
the gray
Do
and
the
maroon pair.
the cherry wood or the
Yeah.
I forget the nickname or whatever it's called. Do that one and do that white with that blue patent leather toe. My God,
Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot about that. I forgot about
Jesus!
that. Like them was only
Just
4,
do
wasn't
them.
it?
Just do those. Um, had to be a couple more in there, but those are the only ones they need to release. For
Yeah.
real.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be mad seeing that. A lot of people have been kind of chirping and bringing this up a lot that the Jordan brand needs to expand beyond the Jordan 14 and start releasing some of the older, like the 15s, the 16s, 17s, and 18s. Those
They
Yeah.
need
do.
to start re-releasing.
Uh,
It wasn't many of them, but I don't know. I guess what touching on what Christina said, maybe that's the thought process in terms of them not bringing them back. Because why not bring them back and introduce new colorways? I mean,
yeah, they could do that.
I think that seeing a new colorway on, specifically the Jordan 17s, that would be. I just feel like that would be a hit because with that shoe, to me, I'm looking at it now. It's not too many ways you can go wrong with that in terms of. I mean, it's only so much you can do, but it's enough to be able to come out with multiple pair of wears that it would be plausible for um, pretty much anything. And that the the college blue Air Jordan 17 is going to release on February 19th, which I believe is no, yeah, February 19th, which is probably All Star Weekend, and they
No.
are coming in the case. So they
Oh,
are coming in the case,
Mm,
and I'm gonna be honest. Just hearing that, I know they're gonna be limited.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's a blue shoe, so I know people by now know Christina that if it's blue, you're gonna get it. So
Yeah. I'm need that. I'ma
Man, the
need
price though.
that.
What's the price gonna be on them joints?
It
I have
don't
no
matter.
idea.
It don't matter. It
I
don't
have
matter.
no I have no idea right now like what the price point is gonna be, but I wouldn't be surprised. Bare minimum is gonna be 230.
Oh
Bare
yeah.
minimum. Bare minimum 230. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 255 if they
Yeah,
try to
that's what I was
slide that
thinking.
back in.
I
Yeah.
think they gonna do
240,
about
250.
Yeah, they gonna definitely pull out a 250 on that because they gonna like
I,
and the case.
I mean,
We
Yeah.
gotta get
do it come with the CD?
probably not. They
No. Who got
gotta
a CD
I
player?
mean,
right.
I mean, shit, like that's
They ain't gonna
true.
go.
I
They ain't
mean,
gonna take it all the way back, but they gonna be like, we giving y'all the case. We gonna need some extra coins on that at
Yeah.
this
that's
point.
fucking Could you imagine working at a shoe store and opening up a shipment box and it's like 6 or 7 of them cases in it?
Mm.
I would lose my mind.
Man, that was a time back in the day, I tell you.
I would
Had to be there.
that man. Remember motherfuckers walking out the store holding the briefcase. Not many in my neighborhood, because if you walk out with that briefcase, like you pretty much that motherfucker was getting snatched. So,
Mhm.
but yes, that is definitely something that I am super excited about. I love the Jordan 17. It was again, my parents weren't paying $255 for a shoe when I was gonna grow right out of it. I was in my growth spurt. Um, you know, in that time, I think I was in like the 7th grade. So they weren't about to spend that
Mhm.
on those shoes, and it was just a no. So I remember my cousins getting them and being super jealous of them, having a briefcase, and the briefcase was really nice. Chris, I'm pretty sure you remember it.
I got 3
Super nice.
cases. Shoot, still.
Man, it
She
was
got one
dope.
of my suitcases. I mean, one of those little cases. She put, I don't know what's in that thing she got,
Yeah,
but
I'm definitely happy to see that those are coming back. Speaking
Those should have
of,
came back a long time ago. I'm just saying.
yep.
I, I think they tried
I
to
feel
kind
like
of
they
bring 17s
overdo.
back.
Yeah, I feel like that I think they missed the mark without bringing them back, like, with the case. I think they could have done that a while ago and dropped, the blue ones, the black ones, the ribbon. Like, they could have dropped several of the colors with the case, and I think especially in, like, the peak of when sneakers was, like, in a way of where people, I feel like, could afford them a lot more then versus now, bringing them out in 2027, you don't know where people's funds are gonna be. I feel like a couple years ago, kinda a good spot after that COVID time, they coulda brought them out and made so much bank because people just spending money. People were just spending money left and right.
Well,
Mm.
let me see. Well, here's the thing. I'm looking at it. The low top versions in 2024 came out. The
Yeah,
Lightning, those
I'm
came with the
talking
case.
well, I don't feel like
Those,
people really want the low tops like that. You know what I
they,
mean? Like,
those went crazy. They were super limited, but
well, yeah,
they went.
who people gonna want something super limited, but I feel like if they do a just a regular stock, I don't know. I think
If
they
they
could have
produce it, if they
they
produce
could
a
have
regular
reduced it
stock,
way more.
the price is gonna be astronomical because hell, they give us less and raise the prices.
True.
So for them to put a premium box with that, the price gonna skyrocket. Like, and I
Yeah.
think that they don't wanna. I don't know. They don't want to do that. Hell, I don't even remember what stores got that low 17. I think it was all like mom and pop shops or just kind of like the bigger brands like Sneaker Politics or Undefeated were the ones who got them, and a bunch of stores in New York. But I can't remember them being online anywhere. But I think you both are right. They do need to bring more of those back. And
Yes, sir.
hell, the Infinite Archive 17s were really nice back in October. So
Mm-hmm.
super nice. And let me see what else. Up, Chris, the white cement threes are coming back out.
I will get another pair.
Do you still? Your price should be fine. You probably don't wear them, do you?
Yeah, I wear 'em. I mean, I've been wearing them more because of them coming back out.
Hmm.
But yeah, I wear mine for sure.
Yeah,
And
I
That
I'll be
mean
think
he
getting another
wearing
one. Yeah.
once every 6 months. That's what he's saying.
pretty much, basically.
Every few weeks.
And
I don't believe him.
I mean, that shoe to me is one that the more you wear it, the more creased it kind of gets and breaks in, the better it looks.
Yeah. That was the
Yeah,
first Jordan I ever had, was that white
really.
cement 3. Yeah. My mom
Hmm.
got it for me at Omni Sports on Lindbergh.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
think everybody remembers their first Jordan, like, and it just is always gonna hold like a special place. My
Yeah.
very first Jordan was the Flu Game 12. I was in the first
Yeah.
grade. I just remember taking them out the box, wearing them in the house all day, and I couldn't wait to get to school. So everybody has
Yeah,
that,
man.
that first Jordan that, sticks with them. What else is coming out? I'm kind of just scrolling through here to see what of significance is coming out. They are coming back out with the Carmine sixes. That is probably my favorite six. I know
Mm.
this is pretty much a white and red shoe primarily, but Queen, how do you feel about them? I know it's not your cup of tea.
I still have my old pair from the Countdown pack, so it's not really a
Okay.
shoe I tend to wear, but for the most
Wait,
part, I think it's
the countdown pack, like, are they still? They're not falling apart or anything?
listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth, I don't even know. I ain't opened that box in a very long time, and I'm scared to open it
Shit.
and see,
Yeah,
cause I done
shit.
moved a
Yeah,
couple times with them, so
yeah.
I don't
That's
really.
borderline. That's damn near borderline display only. All right.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
they in there. I know my countdown pack for my 11s and 12s, they were still actually, but I wore them way more than my other countdown packs. So those were
Mm.
in better shape that I was able to, put on. But I haven't put them anything in countdown pack I haven't put on except for I was gonna wear my not countdown pack, but the 61 plus pack with the Celtics and the black and red ones. I was gonna wear my Celtics 61s the other day to an event, but I was like, what if they fall apart? 'Cause I was going to the Wingstop event and they, green in color, and I was like, oh, it's a Big X the Plug concert. What if my shoes fall apart mid concert? What am I wear?
Mhm.
So I was like, I ain't gonna try it. I ain't gonna try it. But no, back to the Carmines. Carmines, I copped them, but like I say, in the countdown pack back in the day, I think it's a good shoe to get. Just not my cup of tea now that I don't wear red. So it would be a waste of my personal money to even purchase, but I think that's a shoe that will sell pretty well, in my opinion.
Chris, what about you? What do you think about it?
Um, Same thing. I have mine from the Countdown pack. It's not a shoe that I would wear on a regular basis, so I'm definitely going to pass. But it's definitely going to be a shoe, in St. Louis that sells really well. White with
Yeah,
a lot of red on it. That's a no-brainer.
yeah.
But yeah, it's not a shoe for me anymore. I wouldn't wear. It's just not something that I would wear on a regular basis. White, red, no.
It's definitely my favorite Jordan 6 of all time. So the ones that I got in 2021, I did unfortunately get a pair where the dye was bleeding into kind of the sole, so the
Mm.
sole's pink. So it
Mm-hmm.
was one of those things where that I sold mine. As soon as I got them, I wasn't really worried about it. But yes, hopefully I'm pretty sure they solved the issue if they're bringing them back out. So hopefully I have a better experience. It's funny you mentioned that about the shoes falling apart because who was it? It was Jay Balvin. He went to the Jay-Z concert in New York. I
Yeah,
think he went on Sunday and his Air Yeezys fell apart during the show.
that's crazy.
What?
Yep.
I saw
His
pictures
shoe.
of that, or I saw it on IG or something. I don't know, but yeah, I did see his sole falling off. Why
I'm
would you
trying
wear
to
that? You know that mug gonna fall apart unless you got it
I
resold or something.
I
You got
think
it,
that people are
soul swap.
misquoting it. Yeah, I think people are misquoting it because I see people saying 20-year-old Air Yeezy. The Air Yeezys came out, that was 2012, 20.
It was like
They come out.
2012, 2013.
Yeah, people they're 20-year, not 20 years old. Like stop, don't make me feel that fucking old. Not
They're
uh
not, but
yeah, 20. No, they're definitely not 20 years old. But still, if you're going to um hold the shoe that long, you have to wear it. Like
yeah,
I'm definitely pulling out things from 2020 and 2021 that I'm wearing and slowly rotating in to try to get a fix for the summer. So you got to wear that shit. That glue will, you'll be somewhere looking crazy.
mm-hmm.
We also got the Air Jordan 12, the Obsidian coming back out. I feel like they have come out with so many different versions that are close to this shoe, and this is the first time that's releasing in a while. So, Queen, what do you think about the Obsidian 12?
One of my favorites, I will say that,
Mm,
to me, is a cop, personally, because even though it's not my royal blue, it's still blue, it's
Mm,
navy. I have my
uh-huh,
old pair. I feel like their 12s are always gonna be comfortable to wear no matter what. Sleek,
of
nice
course,
looking shoe. The white is always gonna look good when you wear it, so, hey, I don't see a reason not to cop.
definitely. Chris, what about you?
nah, I'm
Mm,
good. I'm not a big 12 kind of guy, you know. So I don't purchase whether it be whatever color. So it's nothing against the Obsidian 12s. I'm just not a big 12 kind of guy. I don't purchase 12s like that.
Now, this isn't the case for all, but I will say the majority of, people like yourself who actually saw Jordan like when he first came out, play.
Hmm.
I've noticed that anything really past the five, you are really don't fuck with. It's the one, the three, and the four. Like that,
So
th-
yeah,
that's
one,
like
three,
y'all
four,
comfort
five.
zone.
Um, um, I do like the 16, 17, depending on color. Uh, and then that's pretty much that's pretty
Pretty
much
much it
it.
for you.
I did
Yeah.
like the first color of the 40s that just released. This,
Hmm.
the most recent Jordan, the first color, white and black. I like those. I didn't get, JD didn't get them for whatever reason, and resale is kind of stupid. So, yeah, I didn't get those, but I did like the Jordan 40.
Yeah, one final thing that I just want to touch on, one last shoe, because there are a lot that are coming out, and we will touch on in future episodes. But the last one that I see of significance is the quote unquote playoff, or what most people call the Raptor Air Jordan 7s. That's a cop for me. Easy cop. Um, I think 2012 ish was the last time they came out.
Hmm.
So I need those, and I like sevens. I'm kind of in the minority on that, but I like sevens. Queen, how do you feel about those?
which ones we talking about? I'm sorry.
The no, you get the Raptor sevens.
You know, I have an old pair. I will say that. Um, I think since I really liked them back in the day, those are a pair that I would consider actually getting all over
Mhm.
again. Actually, even though it's not my typical color, I think that's a pair that I could just throw on. Like, it can be in the rotation downstairs by the door. Like, hey, I just need to put these on and go make a run in, and they're gonna look good with anything that I have on, regardless of what it is that I'm making a run in. So I think that might be in that rotation.
Yeah, I got you, Chris. I know you recently had on a pair of sevens, the Bordeaux. So, what about these
Hmm.
Raptor sevens?
I'm a fan. I like them. I'll be interested to see how they do the color blocking because I know sometimes they come out and they're all predominantly black, but then they'll come out with some of the paneling that's kind of charcoal and black. I'll
Hmm.
be interested to see which version comes out. Um, I'm interested either way. I'm just, wondering which one will be, the release. But yeah, I'll probably get those because it's seven pretty comfortable too. 'Cause they got that
You think
Huarache
so?
kind of feel. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. I mean that they were, pretty much, I believe, modeled after that
yeah.
because they
The
came out like
basketball
around the same
Huarache.
time. Yeah, they
Yeah,
came out around the same time. So,
I think they're pretty
uh,
fairly comfortable. As far as Jordans go, they're pretty comfortable to me anyway.
yeah. With that, the one thing I do want to touch on is kind of a release that is coming out at the end of this year, and kind of mention we've talked about the Space Jam Jordan 11 a lot in terms of just the price point. Particularly on the last episode, we brought it up that it was going to be 255 retail. It was recently announced that the Jordan brand is going to be lowering the price back down to 235,
Okay.
Mm.
which
They
Makes
felt that
more
heat.
sense. Yeah, like I wasn't. I, again, I was gonna pay it,
Right.
but I was gonna be pissed about it. So to all the people that went, making noise, saying, everything online, posting shit, and I cannot remember his name, but um, a guy that I follow on TikTok, and I will tag him in it because his content is pretty funny. He's been posting stuff all month just about Nike, and the whole point of it is like, read the fucking room. Like, what was that shoe that they released that's 450? It was something that they recently released that was $450.
What
I
was
can't
I
that?
remember
can't,
that one.
I cannot, you know, I have to go look it up because there was definitely something that Nike just either it's still on sneakers or it was on there. And I saw that and instantly said, fuck and no.
That's
That
crazy.
not to say that it was something that I wanted. It was something that I definitely wasn't interested in, but just to see that
The
I was a bit,
audacity.
yeah, I was taken aback by that. Like 450? What? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was ridiculous. To be honest with you. And I mean, just in terms of Chris, we were actually talking about that before we came on air. Is I mean, the price points are outrageous, but elaborate. The one thing I do want to bring up is the Band 23 series. Like,
Mm.
elaborate on what you were saying to me before we came on air, just in regards to that series.
Oh, basically, what I was saying is, let's call the Ben series now version 2 versus Ben series version 1.
Hmm.
I think that version 2, them coming out now, is just so underwhelming as a product. The way they
Hmm.
even look. I haven't even seen them in person to talk about how they feel in hand and the quality. But just the way that they look, version 1, um, like I was saying, like the 5, the 2, shoot, even the 13, they just looked a lot better. And then they use, like, leathers and things like that when the version 2 of the Ben series, not so much, and it's just very underwhelming and very disappointing um, of a series. That I was like, "Oh, they coming back with the Ben series." I was kind of excited to see what we're going to do with it, and yeah, I'm not impressed at all with what they have.
I mean, go ahead, Queen. I'm sorry.
I think, what Chris said, the quality matters, but I think a lot of companies are trying to cut corners to, change, with pricing of everything. And to bring that back and not have that level of quality that you presented before, I can understand trying to cut some corners, but like that's that's a series that you expect quality. Like even now, like, we might get a pair of shoes that, release in the store or whatever, and we're like, okay, yeah, it had a little extra glue, you'll be okay with it and things like that. But not these. These are something you expect in more so perfection when you
Right.
get your hands on a pair. So I think um they're starting to they're going to drop the ball a little bit on it, but of course people still going to buy. But I think that quality is dropping the ball on some people. Like, hey, they could have, there will be. I feel like there'll be some criticism once people get them out there as far as social media and saying, hey, the quality's not as good, X, Y, Z, and blah blah blah. I think they will get that feedback eventually.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I'm be honest. If I spend over $20 on food, I expect quality and perfection. So shit, if I'm
Hmm.
spending $355 on a shoe, shit, I expect to have to put white gloves on to take it out and put it on. It's again the Ben 23 series. I've never really been interested in it, even the first version of it. But it. I mean, these Ben 23 eights, they do kind of intrigue me, but I ain't spending 355 on a shoe that might be a maybe in terms of quality, especially at that price. And just kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier, just in terms of that $450 shoe, it is the Nike Atelier Premium. It's
What's that?
it's Nike, and then it's ATELIER. And if you put premium, it should bring it up, or if you just put 450 behind it, it should come up. Which is fucking surprising that if I say that out loud, neither
This?
one of you have heard of it. And between the
Yeah.
three of us, if something isn't known, because if I don't know it, I know Chris either knows it or definitely Queen knows it. If the two of us don't know it, I feel like we cover enough of sneaker culture to know, but I've never heard of that shit.
This
And
is what
for it,
they want somebody to pay $450 for?
it's the one that and my guy from um TikTok is midlife let me see, hold on. Midlife sneaker crisis kicks, I believe
Mm.
is man, let me just double check that. But yeah, that was a shoe that he was pretty much going off about. And I didn't give a fuck what it was. 450 for a shoe in this economy?
Yeah.
That's a court note.
No. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
goofy.
yeah. It's
I ain't mad at the shoe. However, I ain't spending no kidding me.
yeah, midlife crisis kicks on TikTok. Follow him. His content is really good. Again, midlife crisis kicks. Very
Hmm.
good content. He seems like a cool dude too. Um, so yeah, when he posted that, I was like, nah, 450. Shit, the tax on that is gonna be at least $45. So you $500. Like
No.
if I pay down to $500 for a shoe, fuck that 2 day shipping. I need my shit in an hour. Run me my
Yeah,
shit, and
yeah.
and it better be comfortable. That looks like the ultimate janitor shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Like the one that a janitor buys and he never has to buy another shoe for the rest of his life. Like, cause that's fucking, and Christine is your color. It's got blue in
I know. That's why I'm like,
it.
this? Yeah, I'm highly disappointed. They put my color on there talking about 450. Wait a minute now.
Yeah, that
How
look
how
like
will you put in this?
that definitely got nursing home vibes. Just all
Yeah.
just pawpaw
Good, nice
vibes.
orthopedic slip on.
Yeah, like
That
some
is
not right,
crazy.
some what are those sketches that they got where you just slip your foot in the slip in? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely what the fuck vibe they
Easy
give.
ons.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking with them. That ain't it. But again, that's what we're talking about. Like shit just isn't hitting like it used to. Like Nike is raising prices, and don't get me wrong, as a sneakerhead, I'm very content during these times because I'm not having to fight over releases. I'm able to kind of spread my money out and not have to worry about shit. My fucking four and Afterpay, I only owe them like $200, like together. So I'm damn near paid off. Like I'm good.
Mm.
I'm loving this. Like I can't wait till some shit go on sale, and I do not have to worry about anything selling out. The only thing that I recently missed was the Foam Posit Pros, that Pearl. Those came out on either Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, some shit. They dropped all the way down to 149 on DTLR, and they were gone.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I'm salty about that because I did at 149. Yeah, I need them, but everything's sitting. It ain't, you don't really got to fight for shit now. So I'm honestly okay with that. I really
Mm.
don't. Pretty much don't care too much about that. And in all honesty, just to kind of last segment touch on, I really don't I'm trying to find the best way to say this. I really don't give a fuck at this point. I'm just being honest because it's like, damn, at some point, like, why does the asterisk has to be added to this? And let me not add to it, but y'all, where the fuck LeBron going?
I don't know.
I already told you.
Where did you? I know we talked about like the schematics and things. But where did you say he's going?
I said one or two. I gave my prediction. I mean, he's gonna go wherever he wants to go. My take
What kind of
was
fucking prediction is that?
my hot take / prediction was that he's gonna go to either Golden State or San Antonio. That's what I said.
Well, San Antonio is out from what I read. They did something to where that eliminated them from the running. It was some move they made or something, but I can't
So
recall.
Golden State.
And then again, I told you how I feel about that. He gonna go and say he dead to me. I don't give a fuck. I would never buy another. I would never buy. Well, I'm not gonna say never, but whatever LeBron comes out while he's at Golden State, I'm not fucking with. Like I just,
That's just my hot
Queen,
take. I have no idea.
Queen, what do you think?
I mean, at this point, I don't know where LeBron going. I think he's just out here. It's all for entertainment now, and I get it. It's not like he has to go anywhere. It's not like he has to retire. He can. He's in the space of he can do whatever he decides to do at the very last minute. I don't see why not from a standpoint of his legacy. He's already played with his son. He's done that. I think going back to Cleveland to finish it out and close out and retire would be the best and the easiest thing to do. I also think he he hasn't thought all maybe too far into his retirement because what are you gonna do afterwards? You know what I mean? Like when he retired, what is he actually gonna do? You know what I mean? I
On the
think
team?
I'm just saying in general. Once he retire, in general, like in these next maybe couple years, he needs to be, a retired athlete. What is he going to do with his time? A lot of these players, they end up retiring. Some retire with a lot of money, some don't. They come back to the game or whatever. Like right now, Serena Williams, she done went back to tennis. She been out a couple years, and got on GLP-1,
Hell,
lost some weight, and came back.
Aaron Donald come potentially more than likely coming back to the Rams. Like when you compete at that high level, you get that itch, man. Nothing compares to that.
You don't know. You don't know your life without it. You got to think of these people have been playing this sport for so long, and then LeBron been playing at a peak all-time high since he came out of high school, right? And he has a very longevity in his career. He done made a lot of moves. He does not know his life without basketball from NBA standpoint, and even prior to that, because that's how he got here. So, in him being a high-level player, what is he going? He can't go be, no newscast, sports anchor, anything like that. There's not a lot for him to do afterwards. So I can see sticking around to keep playing in the NBA and just kind of do what he want to do. But I think
I mean,
get somewhere and retire, bro.
me personally, if I was him and I was retiring, and I say this with all the respect in the world, respectfully, if I was him, shit, they had to call the police to get me off Savannah. I,
Pumping out kids.
man, I'd be on
Savannah done.
I would be on her. She would go get a job just to not
Savannah
be at
is
home. Cause
done.
shit.
Savannah is done, baby. She ain't having no more kids for that man.
Oh,
She
well, I
is
gotta have
done.
kids. Shoot the club up.
Mm-mm.
Even better. Even
Nah,
better. That's just
she
like,
gonna tell him what's gonna happen is he gonna retire. He gonna be at home. He gonna get on her nerves, and she gonna like, I need you to go find yourself something to do. I need you to go find yourself something to do. Go play with the boys that going to the league. She gonna push him right over there. Tell him go find himself something to do. That's what he probably gonna do.
I want to predict. I don't. I see him getting more into delving into media. Um, I think that my prediction since they're all retired now, I would not be surprised if you have a Banana Boat Brother podcast or something like that. I would not be surprised if they get together and do that and, you know, just
Cause
talk.
he didn't he had that show where they was like in the barbershop and a lot of
Yeah, that was on HBO. I still
okay.
think that that's going. It's The Shop. That's through his
Mm-hmm.
production company, and I think they still. I haven't seen any new episodes, but they still do it. And then he also has the podcast that he hosts. I think. Well, he started hosting with JJ Redick. That's how the shit kind of started with JJ Redick, you know, getting in the kind of conversation to be a coach. LeBron was pushing that for the Lakers. And then I think because JJ was coaching, he couldn't do it no more. So Steve Nash hopped on and replaced him. So I think LeBron does that in the summertime. I don't know who's hosting with him this summer because I haven't like really checked for it. But I see him definitely kind of I mean, we're in it. We see how it is. I mean, it's so easy to, get a platform and start it, but when you're him, I mean, you automatically start with a certain base, which is more
Mm-hmm.
than what most people do. So I definitely could see that. And I mean, I would be interested, on his take or giving, a more in-depth take. I would hope that he would be more diplomatic in that sense of giving more of his insight to the game than what Jordan has. I mean, again, that's Michael Jordan's choice. It does add to the mystique of Jordan, but I think that the world kind of craves that and would love to hear, Michael Jordan more because NBC announced, that he was going to be a part of their broadcast. And hell, I thought that meant that he was going to be like on, kind of like a show or something, giving analysis and things of that nature. But hell, they did one interview with him and just spread that shit out over a couple of months.
Yeah.
So,
I think the other thing is we are, the difference between the players back then, obviously, to the players now. The players now, obviously, their lives and their games were based on social media versus the players back then. It's just television, right? And a lot of their history wasn't there to see again. And though you got to think about those players back then had no idea of what level of influence that they would end up having as a player. I don't think Jordan it expected to be a celebrity. I think he's kind of like how J. Cole is. It's like, yeah, I'm a celebrity and I'm here, but I actually did this because it was a passion. I made my money, and I'm not really trying to be in the limelight of it all. I just so happen to be a celebrity because I'm good at what I do. Right. I feel like
mm,
that's how Jordan is. And he just also came up in that era where not saying he didn't want to be a role model, he just kind of fell into that role model because he was a great
mm,
player. And his history is not to exactly be a role model. Even like Cardi B say, I don't make music to be role models to little girls. I just so happen to be a celebrity and I have a platform, and this is just kind of how it ended up going. So I think that's the other reason why we don't have, Jordan out here doing those things. But we also know Jordan do a lot of things behind the scenes and
a
charitable
lot.
work that doesn't, he doesn't say or promote, but we know that he does those things. Same with LeBron, but LeBron, again, his platform and him coming out of high school, he coming behind Kobe, the social media era. We had MySpace, we had all those platforms, we done had Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff was based around that, where his life is out there and he grew up in more that celebrity all the time highlight to where now it's like, hey, I'm here, I'm a celebrity, and I know I'm a celebrity, so I have to kind of have that face and be out there to keep the buzz going,
Mm,
which LeBron falls into very well. He loves to keep the buzz going about his career, where he's going to go, making the changes. Because again, let's be real, he changed the game of how like players play. We think back in the day, players are loyal to teams for years. LeBron's like, hey, I'm
mhm,
leaving. I'm leaving. And that started making
exactly.
other players for real just leave.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. The one last thing, just kind of final word on that I do kind of get tired of. I know LeBron left, and everybody, oh, LeBron started super teams. LeBron didn't start super teams. He was not the first person to start a fucking super team. If you want to go all the way back to '04, the Lakers did that shit. I'm not saying that the Lakers were the main reason, but hell, the Lakers went and got Karl Malone, Gary Payton, even though they were past their prime, but that was a quote unquote super team and shit.
But
And
that's
then the
past the
Celtics,
prime. You got to think past the prime. How many players are going to bring you championships past their prime? You went to a super team. You got Dwayne Wade. You got LeBron James and
Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh.
yes,
But I mean, shit, the
that
Celtics did it. They went and got Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, and fucking they had already had Paul Pierce. They were a super team.
yeah,
I
and
think
that
I think the
wasn't common
difference
then.
was
I knew
I
he
think
was
the
gonna say
difference
something as
with
soon as I said the Celtics.
no, I honestly think it's a difference because they are a super team. However, I think the difference is it was constructed by the suits. This was constructed by the players. And I think that the players taking control of that, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying the players taking control of it makes it look different. That's
I
that's
agree.
all.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm saying both of them are super teams. Both of them was constructed by the man. One was constructed by the players. And that's why people look at them differently. They look at
Right. You got to think.
the Miami Heat different than they did the Celtics with
Uh,
KG, Ray Allen, and Paul
You
Pierce.
gotta think these
no.
players back in the day. You gotta think of these players back in the day were actually real rivals to each other, right? You gotta think about the fights that happened, right? Don't get me wrong, players was rivals at a certain period in the LeBron, Dwayne Wade era and everything, behind Kobe. But it's nothing like back in the day where players actually just for real did not like each other. They still talk about it to this day. Charles Barkley don't like this person, Scottie Pippen didn't like, Reggie Miller didn't like so and so. They really didn't like each other because they trying to get their bread, trying to get their money and everything like that. They weren't building super teams. They always went head to head versus you got these players in this era like, yeah, we play on different teams, but that's my homeboy. When the team is over with on the summertime, we're gonna be on the same boat together.
Yeah, that's gay
You ain't
shit,
had that
man.
back in the day. You ain't had it back in the day like that. They may have been cool, but they weren't hanging out both families. Oh yeah, our kids go to school together over here. They ain't doing that how they
Nah,
doing it now.
nah. I would tell my kid, you see his kid, like, don't talk to them. You don't fuck with them.
See,
Like,
it ain't like that anymore. It ain't like that. These
And it,
kids know each other. They hang out. They call each other. They FaceTime. They all know each other.
and it's a product of AAU basketball too. They play
Yeah.
yeah,
all year round and they play together on these different teams and they know each other since freaking, juniors in high school, freshmen in high school, been playing together all through AAU, college. They won 2 year in college or whatever. And, they build their relationships that way too. So, I mean, it's a product of
Hmm.
that.
I definitely think that this particular topic, now just kind of seeing how the conversation sparked, I really think that this would be a good side episode that we could dedicate to it. Um, one that I think may get contentious, not necessarily between us three, but if we have guests on, because I would want more voices kind of in that. So that's something that I'm going to work on. And we are going to try to put together because the NBA, no matter whether you like it or not, of all the sports leagues, it is the one that is debated the most. It's the most debatable sport of all. I mean, the NFL is king. It's the top one, but the NFL has so much parity compared to what the NBA. Even the NBA has parity. It's been a different
It's,
champion for the past 8 years, yeah,
yeah,
but it's
they've gotten that
just
way.
so much more story driven than any other sport. I mean, there are stories, definitely stories to football, but the NBA has mastered it in terms of
Hmm.
their marketing and everything. It sparks debate like no other.
Oh
Hmm.
my
So
God.
Because
I'm
they
yeah,
make
so
sure
sick of hearing
something is
about,
always going on all the time, from one player to
right.
the next, to a trade, to this and that. They make sure they keep some type of buzz. They're making sure, these other leagues, we know about them. The D League is playing. We seeing those they showing those games on TV and stuff like that, and then of course even to talk about what's that team, the big three, right? They got the old players playing again. It's just so much about basketball, NBA, all of that. Just there's going to be a buzz about something all the time.
Yeah, Chris, what were you saying? You so sick of hearing?
I am so sick of hearing about Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and how, I mean, I didn't, it comes across I'm a Celtic fan, so it's gonna be in my algorithm. It's gonna come across my timeline, but my YouTube, all of it is they breaking up. It's been this way for years, and it finally come to a head. How the Celtics have failed Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics. I'm so sick of hearing about it. It has happened. I'm sad that Jaylen Brown is gone, but I mean they dragging this one out, bro. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it.
Yeah, one thing is that with certain stories, they beat a dead horse literally to death.
Oh my
I
God.
mean, it was the same with when Kyrie and LeBron broke up. I mean,
Yeah.
you had that went on for a long time. So just imagine the closer we get to the season when they play each other, how
Oh
long they're gonna
man.
be. Yes, it's gonna be crazy. Any one little thing, where they kind of, hug each other and kind of look to the side or don't really,
Hmm.
embrace each other. See,
What was
it's
that? Yeah.
yeah, that type of shit.
Yeah.
Like, that I don't be giving a fuck about. Like, unless I hear
Yeah.
from that person, like, yeah, I don't fuck with them, then I take it as a grain of salt because most of these, they don't hate each other. The only person who genuinely, I feel like in this league has beef with anybody is your boy in Phoenix. What's his name? Um, Played for Memphis, and then he got traded. He got traded to Houston, and now he's in Phoenix. The one who was on the sideline and was at the game
Oh
laughing.
God dog it. What's his name? Jesus Christ. I can't think of it. I know exactly who you're talking. I can see his face and everything.
Oh shit. This gonna bother me. Why is it that it's not Dylan Brooks?
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks is the one person who I feel like is the one person who has a legitimate beef with the only legitimate beef with anybody. Like motherfuckers just hate him.
Yeah.
And you can kind of even though Draymond is kind of softened and, more people are accepting of him. Because hell, I just saw that he had Paul Pierce on his podcast, which was
Oh
crazy
really?
to me. Yeah, which was
Oh,
crazy to
I ain't
me
know that.
because,
Yeah.
Paul Pierce, Draymond had that famous line and that, how I feel about Paul Pierce. I do not like Paul Pierce. So when Draymond said that shit, couldn't stop laughing. That nigga, you thought you was Kobe? Perfect way to shut him the fuck up. Instant. Like that was and clap back. They should when Draymond goes to the Hall of Fame, they need to put that like in his like highlight reel. Cause that was funny as fuck. So yeah, but again, we are gonna look into doing more kind of side shows on the NBA because like I said, that's content galore. So Queen, what's your final thoughts this evening?
I mean, good conversation. A lot of good things are coming out in 2027 as far as sneakers. I am glad Nike and Jordan Brand decided to bring that price point back down for the Space Jams. I think they heard the people. I think if they would have left that price point where it is, they would have lost a good. People still would have bought them, but I think moving forward, people will start to really think secondhand about copping some shoes due to prices and things like that. I think they thought they'd be able to get that passed, and it didn't work. So glad they heard the people. Definitely looking forward to a little bit more NBA talk because again,
Yeah,
listen, it's a whole lot I definitely can say, and I still got more to say. We gonna have to get that one together.
yeah. I will definitely work on that. I know people are always interested in this, so we will get that together. It's gonna be magic and powerful. So once we magical and powerful once we get it together.
I
But
bet it is.
Chris, what one day we gonna have to. I don't know. That's going to get some insight on that or something. It might be a few years down the line, but somebody asked me what's the magical powerful thing? Like what else? Like I can't really go into that. Like that's not my story to tell. So it's definitely a Netflix documentary.
Damn.
You you would have
6-point
had
limited series.
yeah, you would have had to
That's
been
crazy.
there, and it was and the story continues.
It does. It does.
Chris, what are your final thoughts on the evening?
Hey man, uh, get your wallets ready. Save your money. It's gonna be some shoes dropping soon and in the near future.
Shit, I
That's it.
sure need
Get
to
some.
call.
Yeah.
Get that afterpay balance down and get it ready, man. Shit.
Yeah,
That
man.
afterpay card be burning in my back pocket, boy. Shit. So one thing that I do want to say, and I want to kind of switch it up because I feel like I've been selfish with my closing thoughts, but this time I want to kind of spread the wealth. So not only do I want to shout out Jason Whitlock, I want to shout out Sage Steele. You both are fucking clowns. Sage Steele, you are the epitome of pitiful. You find any little thing to debate about to make black people just wrong, or to take the opposite side. Like you will find a reason to do that. Your commentary, your media, you suck. And Jason Whitlock, standard across the board, you're a bitch ass nigga. I'm just leave it at that. I'm not going. And if I ever see you, it's on site. So I will take that little, assault charge. So again, Jason Whitlock, you're a bitch ass nigga. Sage Phil, you a full of shit. With that being said, we are
Right.
going to end the show. Again, this is the Kicking It Podcast. Everybody, y'all be easy.
Yeah, yeah.
Peace.